Hey Capricorn, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. So we're in Leo season. We're actually on the precipice of a full moon in Aquarius. Energy is not horrible. Actually, we're finding a little bit more support in the astrology. But Leo season is a lot about gaining in our confidence, in our ability to believe in ourselves, trust in ourselves, etc. And a lot of the places that we're being challenged right now are places that we're not well versed in that already, right? Like it's stuff that we need to refine a little bit more about who we are, about what we want, about how we're going after the things we want, etc. And so it can definitely cultivate some tension. Mars energy has been ready to go for a hot minute, but it's been forced to slow down. It's been forced to take its time and actually build strong support, strong foundation. And it has just also moved into Libra. So now we're kind of going back to the drawing board with partnerships, relationships, and we're seeing new things around these dynamics, especially with Mercury in retrograde. It's about to go direct within the next couple days. But at the same time, it has been highlighting relationship disconnects and things that we actually need to do in order to find more balance and harmony. Otherwise, we got to figure out new avenues for ourselves. But that's why I'd like to start off the readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might be feeling stuck, limited, blocked, etc. It's also a really good time to set your own intention, especially if you come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really good way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're more interested in a realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're feeling good about ourselves, when we're aligned in ourselves, when we know our wants and needs, that's really where we're manifesting happiness and abundance. And I would love to help support that in whatever way possible, Capricorn. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fear, doubt, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Capricorn. So I'm feeling like you're making new plans. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like you kind of were a little bit all over the place about a person, about a situation. It feels like fear, anxiety, what am I going to do type vibe. Whether this person screwed you over, or just kind of left you hanging or left you in a lurch. That's how it feels. And you were frantically contemplating what your next steps would be. And as I was kind of feeling this happen, it feels like you're kind of in this place right now where you've gained a little bit more clarity and perspective. You're not feeling so frantic. I love this as your overarching energy, the right direction. So you're moving in the right way. And that's definitely what I was saying. It's crazy because in the beginning, it was just all over the place. And then you kind of just have honed your energy. You're feeling more peaceful. You're feeling more able to do something or to make something happen or accomplish something. And I think it's obviously come from this space of knowledge that you've gained, maybe not comfortable knowledge, maybe not comfortable information, but things that have kind of like helped you move forward more accurately. I don't know why I want to say that, because it's not about accuracy, but it's about like accuracy of your heart. What actually aligns with you, what actually like feels good and supports you. And I think that like whatever this situation was that made you work kind of hard, or challenged you on a deep level, you are now in this place where you're understanding pieces of it, pieces of like what has brought you here, why you're in this space present day, and where you actually want to be, where you want to go from here. But there's some things that lay in front of you that are kind of difficult. Things that you have attachments to, things that it's not so easy to kind of like cut off and be done and over with. And that's kind of like the difference I feel between like Capricorn energy and maybe Scorpio energy when we're talking about change and transformation. You have a little more heart when it comes to things, when it comes to being done and over with something, which I feel like you are. Like it looks like whatever epiphanies you're coming into this week, Capricorn, it's really setting the stage for how you either want things to look in the future or how they're gonna look. Sometimes we get these intuitive hints, and 100% right now with Neptune in retrograde, in my opinion, like the veil is very thin. It's easy to pick up things during this time, but we also have to make sure it doesn't move to this space of fear, anxiety, fear of the unknown, the what ifs, etc. And that's kind of what Saturn presents us right now. It's encouraging you, if you haven't already, or if you have or are trying to do so or thinking the same thing, it's like, okay, you got to put yourself out there. This transition can be a little bit easier than what it looks like right now, present moment. Like if you were just to go into this and be like, screw this, screw you, blah, 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 it would not feel so good. Because there is something that's very much attaching you to this person or dynamic. Take it how it resonates. And I think this attachment scares you. It scares you because it doesn't look like it's an easy counterpart to deal with. Right now, Saturn and Mars are in opposition. So like, I feel like you've communicated something to someone that they don't like, and they haven't really gotten the message around. Someone's not ready to let go. I think you're separating yourself because of what you know, but like maybe you're being a little bit passive around it. I'm sorry, Capricorn, no shade. I don't mean that in a bad way. It looks like someone can't really make peace with whatever this is. And perhaps you have no other options because this person really loves you and they really believe in this thing or this idea, this commitment that you are or have been in together. Whether that's love, relationship, again, like I said, it doesn't have to be. This can just be like whatever you guys have committed to. Business, friendship, relationship. And I think that it looks like it's changed your perception of the dynamic completely, not just because of how they react or respond, but because of like the lack of response that you got once upon a time, and then now what it is, right? Like once upon a time, like they were maybe making all this chaos, or you know what I mean, or like acting like they didn't care, like whatever. And then now that you're continuing to follow through with some of this, they're starting to, I don't think, assert themselves. I don't think that they're actually saying a lot, but they're trying to find ways to communicate what they want with you. That you are actually valuable, that you are actually worthy, or I'm sorry, I don't know that worthiness is the answer. Maybe that's a part of you that's in question right now. Like maybe that's something that you're questioning within yourself. Because again, it's not about them not feeling like you're worthy. I don't pick that up at all. Actually, like I feel like it's a lot of their fear that you're leaving them behind, that they have all these like, well, you know, they have all these plans is what it looks like. They have plans and ideas and excitements. And even if you've been from a space where maybe it wasn't gelling or it wasn't vibing, like this person's situation is really intent on like making things work with you. I think you're a little less committed or less serious, not in a bad way, but I also, because like some of this isn't so nice and easy, cut and dry, like some of this is actually going to take work. And because I'm hearing it's like because certain dynamics have already been established, it's changing those specifically and not necessarily who the person is. It's what you want. Well, here's the thing. It looks like you're not prepared for their response, or that wasn't the response that you were anticipating. It's ultimately what you want. Let's look at this a little bit. But I think it's ultimately what you want, but you both have different ideas and visions about how it's going to like play out and what that actually means. And I think there is a way forward. That's like basically what it looks like. That's where this right direction is coming into play. It does look like there is some water under the bridge, however, that needs to be cleared up. And maybe that's kind of where this like on the fence is coming into play. As you look like you're not challenging them, but like as they're getting more and more worked up about what is going on, like saying, like trying to like say something without saying it, I feel like they actually do end up coming out and saying it. And it looks like maybe they're trying to assert themselves, assert their own boundaries, because as Temperance energy, it's not feeling so good on their end. Their understanding of what this relationship is has certain expectations that come along with it. And again, like I think this is a little bit new to you, or like maybe something you hoped for, but they never really communicated. It looks like they're communicating it. It looks like they're actually putting their money where their mouth is. I like that. Yeah. And it's actually giving you some level of just, I don't know. I think for both of you, you're in this self-protection mode. Because here's the thing. Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. There's something really good going. But sometimes in life, especially if we're used to like things not working in our favor or life working against us, etc., when it does actually work, there's this trigger card. This popped out for Sagittarius as well. When it does actually work out, it's kind of like, well, why is this working out for me, right? And something else ended up triggering, like the fear, the paranoia, the worst case scenario. And I feel like you've actually cleared some of that out of your life. It goes back to what I was saying before, like you've cleared some of that out. And so it's a little bit of this, like nothing's going on energy. And you're like, well, why not? Because I thought it was this, that, and the other. And it's actually just presenting itself to not be true. And I think some of these patterns are going to be difficult to unlearn. And that's part of what you're looking at 100% with this shadow card. Like you're seeing that part of yourself where it's just like, maybe I don't like love this, or I didn't wish this was like a part of who I am or how I think or like how I've been taught to think, you know, but the brain is malleable, meaning that we can learn new things. We don't have to keep old habits, patterns, thoughts in our frame of reference. And honestly, like when we have the courage and strength to change those things, it makes us better. It actually aligns with just like what the astrology is saying right now. Like, be a better version of yourself. It sucks. It's hard looking at shitty things. No one wants to do it, you know? But like when we do, when we give ourselves that honor, that respect, that's where we overcome. That's where we bring awareness to what's happening, where the disconnect is, and where we need to switch up our energy and actually invest into who we are and what we want. It takes a little work. There is a little work on the horizon, but you know, it might be actually something that pays off and works in your favor. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it blesses my heart. And I'm sending the love and blessings back to you.